My name is Ashley and I currently live in Las Vegas with my 2 Shibas, 1 granny, and 1 fiance. The one who originally taught me how to play poker in the first place, he took second in the main event. It was an explosion of excitement for me in terms of poker.
Ashley's going to be a 2-time champion tonight.
And what a year it's been for her, taking down multiple poker tournaments.
Yes, we're at the final table.
And Ashley Sleep is your run-it-up Reno 9 champion.
Oh my god. Is this real life?
Hello, everybody. Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? I already see Glenn in the chat. Welcome back. Stranded. Stranded's playing the mystery bounty. Yeah, I'm going to play that tomorrow. Last night of isolation, we made it. Back to poker tomorrow. Already have some tournaments loaded up here. We got the 218 Blitz on Global. And let me get this second table loaded up for you. This is the bracelet event, or excuse me, $500 circuit event. So you get a circuit ring. That's this table over here. I just bought in about an hour late, I think. Let me look at this start time here. 4 o'clock. Yeah, so we're about an hour late. Like I usually say to you guys, I like to buy in once the antes have already kind of kicked in and you're not 300 big blinds deep with no ante. There's like some pots to be fought. Some amount of chips in there to be fought over, so. Last little live stream for maybe a little bit because I'm going to be playing live for the next 4.5, 5 weeks. Obviously, that was the original plan when the World Series started. Tiny little hiccup here, getting sick, but we'll be back in business tomorrow. So yeah, if you guys are going to be playing that $2,200 at the Win, I'll be there. So I'll see you there. Then after that, Thursday, I'm going to play the 1500 Freeze Out World Series event. I like that they have a couple more freeze out options throughout the tournament. I feel like that's kind of what was lacking for the past, I don't know, 5 years or so. They drifted towards rebuys. And I think it kind of scared some people away. They felt like it was unfair or something, so. Let me know if you guys can hear this music in the background off my desktop. I don't know if you can. And that's cool if you can't. Just thought I'd have some of my own background music today. Ace Queen suited, 40 big blinds, button. Oh, this guy has less than that. All right, I'm going to raise against that stack size. Calling off if he jams it in on me. I was on the fence about buying into this $500. I didn't know how big of a field it was or if it was just going to be all crushers that play the high rollers. Because usually on Tuesday night on WSOP, it's more of the higher buy-in nights. But now that we're actually during the World Series and people are out and about, people are in Vegas, I don't think it's just the regular old crushers. I think we've got some international crushers, and then we've got just some people firing because they want to play more poker. Hi, Ken. You're coming on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. Nice. I'll be here. Actually, on the 24th, I already know what I'll be playing. I'll be playing the Colossus event, Flight A. I'm part of the Cards Chat Last Longer team, so I know for sure I'm playing Flight A. That's the $400 Colossus event. Yes, Robert. Hi. This is on a delay, 4 minutes. That way nobody can jump in and look at my cards while we're in a hand together. Nice run the other day, Stranded. That was great to see in the monster stack. Doesn't happen often, but it seemed like you enjoyed it. Tiring, isn't it? Those are some long poker days. As much as you love poker, man, sometimes those 14-hour days can sneak up on you. Yay, Dan's in the chat. Robert said the volume on the intro seems very low. Good to know. I'll fix that. I know how to fix that one. That's an easy fix. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Dan. He likes the intro. Hopefully we can have some more moments to add to that intro that are even more exciting this summer. Let's get a bracelet. Even a final table, that would be so cool. To have the Amazon room background behind you at the final table. Thank you, Paco. Nice to see you, buddy. Some people are already short. I guess people are kind of rebuying in this. You get 3 re-entries in this 500 circuit event. 8-handed. So if you're short at all, you're going to be seeing short-handed, I mean. You're going to be seeing a lot of flops. This guy's pretty short. So sometimes you can check back open enders. I just don't know which sort of stack size is best for doing that on. Hey, Hope. Nice to see you. All right, this the breaks is predicting that I get pocket fours tonight and it's going to be the best hand. All right. Thank you, Robert. Checks to me again. I'm going to check now that I have showdown value. And we river a straight. Hey, Eric. Welcome back. A2K Justice. Play-Doh Poker. I've only been home 2 days and I'm missing Vegas already. You'll be back Wednesday of next week. Awesome. Let's see. Chad, you can't hear me? Or... Oh, you can't hear the music. Okay, got you. Hey, Chad. Got some mods in the chat. Are you already back in Texas? Still in Vegas for one more night? Or how's it going with the trip? Thanks, Hammy. Said, hey, Ash, hope you had a great weekend. Let's go. Hey, James Griffin from Ireland, right? Starting to learn who you guys are. Ken Hadley, can I say hi to you at the tournament? Sure. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Robert, just in case you missed it earlier, yes, this is on a 4-minute delay. So it's semi-live. It's as live as I can get without people coming to the stream and seeing my cards while we're in the hand together. Kevin said, hey, Ash, any chance a meetup game in the San Francisco Bay Area? Always a chance. We're going to start in Vegas, though. July 2nd, 7 p.m. We're going to limp, call, or limp raise. That's the flop. Holy crap. And definitely a flop. I'm going to be putting some more chips in. Yeah, I just snap fold. I mean, we have so much of the board, but just in case you had a king, worst clubs, gotta give it a go. Good question. Yeah, if you watched my recent vlog, I kept talking about how I would just recommend if you're going to come out here to have money loaded up onto your Bravo Live poker account. It's a separate app called Bravo. And there's another part of it. It's not just like the Tournament Poker Atlas variety of app. It's like a separate thing besides Bravo. Kind of confusing. But just Google Bravo Live poker app. Make an account. And then when you go to the World Series, you can do it in person on sort of off hours. If you have a couple of events that you want to play and you don't want to wait in line each time, you can just bring cash. The only extra fees for that are $3 per tournament that you enter. But if you cannot wait and you want to load up your account from afar, you can wire in money. That will take a little bit of time to get there. I'm going to, let's see, 50 bigs. I guess I'll just ISO jam this. Yeah, if you wire money, it's a 3. No, yeah, you can. It might take like a week or something. Oh man, he turned the king. Ah, that stinks. If you use a credit card, you could also load money on with a credit card. It'll be instant, I think. But it's a 3% fee, so it can be pretty steep depending on how much you're loading onto that. So that's no fun. $3 though is definitely worth the not waiting 2 hours of your life. It's such a breeze. You just walk up, do the little machine, get your ticket, you're on your way. Anthony said his biggest win at 1-3 he had the other night in Colorado. 1,200. That is a solid 1-3 night. Nice job. LCR says hello from Germany. Hello. Hello, Sierra. Daniel, what's up from San Diego? Keep the W's coming. Sylvain likes the long poker days. He said that short days suck. I mean, I guess that's true as if you play sporadically throughout the year and you're just hungry for the poker tournament and you want to stay in as long as you can and just soak it all in. I get that. Thanks, Mel. Well, nice to hear you got home safe, Chad. Sorry we didn't get to hang out this time, but next time. This guy's opening off of quite a short stack, but... So let's just peel this. Hey, Neil. Just found this channel the other day. Well, welcome. Brian sending some emojis. Ooh, nice. Anthony's in the jacuzzi. That sounds really good right about now. I've got a lot of knots going on. Shoulders. Okay, young Flipwell, take it down. Nice job. So yeah, we have this $500 circuit event. We also have, I'm gonna raise this up. It's funny, everybody seems short already. We're in it. We're just gonna go. No time to sit around. Is this a turbo or something? Let me check the blinds structure. I should check that before I bought it, but whatever. Yeah, it's still every 10 minutes. Pretty standard. Queen, queen, 3. Can bet super tiny on this board. No backdoors, so it's not that exciting. But you're just going to get the job done so often that you can bet that small. Armando from the vault is in the building. Hey, Queen Bee, welcome back. Oh yeah, somebody pointed out in the global chat that the blitz has kind of changed. We now have 20K starting stack and 2 hours of late reg. Interesting. All right, this guy raised 600 off of a short stack. I've got 30-ish bigs. I'll just raise call off the shorty. Could even consider just ripping it, but that works too. So yeah, the blitz, we have, it's a 218 buy-in on global, 15K guarantee. They run this every single night of the week. This went raise under the gun. This guy 3-bet from the hijack. I'm in the big with ace 5 suited. It's so pretty. You're just cold 4. Nobody folds on global. Nobody folds on global. I'm just gonna fold. If this was deeper in the tournament and people started tightening up, I would maybe just cold 4, but that's a little too crazy probably right now. I don't want to start off spewing. Let's just keep it real chill. I'm feeling nice and relaxed. So keep it like that for a bit. That's okay, Mark. He said, I've been here for every stream, just not that into chatting. I'm kind of the same when I watch streams. I like to sit back and enjoy. Unless they actually ask me something or for some input, some feedback on the production, or kind of just chill. Put it on in the background while I'm playing. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm playing, when I'm not streaming. Have some other stream or some other show that's like you don't have to really think too hard about. You guys can say hi to the pups back there. We've got one over here. That's Harvey. And you can't see the other one, but she's laying on the carpet behind me. Here, we have no hands right now. There she is. Sakieski. That's who my WSOP name is named after. Saki Von Fang. She was just sitting in my lap when I made the screen name, okay? I don't have favoritism. Hey, Greg. Welcome back. You guys are so great. Such loyal mods. I saw you guys last stream doing work. I forgot to thank you immediately after I busted. I was too busy doing other things, but I really do appreciate you guys keeping it clean in there. 6-5 suited from this early. Everybody, I don't know, everybody's kind of short. This is kind of like borderline. We got ace jack over here. The big blind is sitting out. So I'm going to take a little peek at this global blitz structure. Yeah, that guy's right. They definitely added a whole hour of late reg. Interesting. I wonder how that's gonna change the player, like the number of players. I'm kind of with him on that. You can kind of see the chat. He's sort of complaining in the chat. Um, but I'm kind of with him that one of the perks of global was, or that one of the perks for me on global was that late reg was 1 hour, and that's it. You just got to be in the tournament and win it pretty quickly. 7-5 deuce. Get snap raised on that flop. That's annoying. Wish I had at least had one club. To see another card there. So yeah, I don't know. If Dan's still in the chat, let me know if it started at a higher blind level than normal with this 20K starting stack. Oh, maybe it's just a Tuesday thing. They're calling it super deep. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, I'm going to buy into this Super Tuesday. It's a $99 20K guarantee. Dang, Stranded, that's a lot of money. I'm going to need to scroll up and see just exactly what you said. Since I made 30,000 over 3 events, I decided I'm definitely going to play my very first main event. Wow, that's an impressive figure. Nice job. What a trip. Living the dream. Martin Gradle, isn't it possible to reg a day earlier in the events to skip the line? Yeah, absolutely. It's more for if you're just playing a weekend of events, the line's not that big of a deal. Like you can come, especially if you're staying on the strip, you can just come and go at an off time and not really have to deal with much. But if you are going to be in town for a lot of events, definitely makes your life easier to just load up your account. All right, so down here we have the Super Tuesday. Let me go ahead and unstretch that. That should be good. WSOP event, the Blitz 218, and the Super Tuesday $99. Got them all three ready to go. I did a little bit of, if you guys haven't heard of it, it's called GTO Wizard. A lot of people ask streamers, vloggers, what do you guys do to study? And that's what I'm currently doing lately. I told Jesse, who's my coach, to give me something that I have to reach for, like be harder on me in terms of what I need to do because it forces me to do it and get it done, holds me accountable for doing stuff. I'm one of those people where if I'm just trying to lose weight or get stronger or something and I'm not in a class or I don't have a trainer to hold me accountable, I'll kind of like slip off. So I just need that accountability. And so what he has me doing is doing an hour a day, just playing on GTO Wizard, GTO Trainer. They have a trainer mode where you basically enter whatever spot you want to work on and you just practice playing that over and over again. think you pay a monthly fee or something like that. It's pretty cool. Basically get in a bunch of hands without losing your money. Chad, yeah, Richie Rob's doing great, man. He's playing at the World Series. He's loving life. Hey, Carm. Another somebody from Toronto. All the Canadians. It's a very Canadian friendly chat. Hey, Reedski97. Great to see you here. Yeah, I totally agree, Robert. Part of what makes Global so good is the 1 hour registration. The longer they make registration, the more like other sites they are. They don't have the software to be competing with. I mean, they're competing with WSOP for me personally, but if I lived in another state that had something decent, I wouldn't want to start competing with those sites if I was Global. Unless they really revamp major upgrade moment. Oh, Dan said that the reason they changed this was because they had such an overlay last week. That he's talking about the Blitz, so maybe that's why they adjusted the format. That's such a quick turnaround time to adjust the format just because you overlaid 1 week or 1 night. I feel like they hit it every week, right? I mean, not even every week, every night. Thanks, Ken. Crazy asked, how many bullets are you firing in the Colossus? I'm going to keep on firing till I drop. You do feel like you're buying a lottery ticket. But the most fun in a lottery event you're going to have. The off chance that you make it there to the final table. Excuse me. Get a little cough drop here. Limp and get raised with not a great hand for this stack size. Ooh, scratchy throat. Yeah, so today, if you guys saw my Instagram stories, I went down to this random studio in Vegas and shot a fun little promo for WPT where we just sort of looked at video or like poker movies. Ah! Sorry about that. Jeez. Man. All right, I'll fold. Lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me raise over this limp real quick. Could make it bigger, but don't want to fold. Me and Jamin and Jamie Kerstetter were there filming about from a professional poker player's perspective, what poker movies are like. Do they hold up? Is this real life type of thing? All right, so this guy limped. I forgot that he limped, to be honest. I was just like so distracted. Okay, he limped. I raised. So this checked around on the flop. Honestly, I probably would have checked anyway if I knew, if I remembered the action correctly. So I didn't really make a mistake, but I did forget that I ISO raised him. He bets pot on this river. I mean, we just don't have anything to call with. Good for you, buddy. So anyway, that was really fun to go down there and shoot something like that. Man, he's just limping a lot. Give him a little tag. Simple tag. Limps EP a lot. Early stages, deep stacked. Greg, you're so sweet. Welcoming everyone in. Yeah, Play-Doh. I agree. I stopped playing on ACR because I was just like, I don't have it in me to wait 5 hours for late reg. This is like, I might as well go play live. And I enjoy playing live more than playing on ACR. So that's why I ended up moving over to global and playing WSOP for some of the bigger stuff. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Dan. Kyle Keating said, the Colossus is the lottery with free drinks. Yeah. Especially if you're in the, I don't know if you guys follow Neil Feraldo on Twitter. He is hilarious. So give him a follow if you don't follow him already. But he's been doing this thing this summer where he declares certain events the Neil Farrell drinking event of the week. That's definitely going to be on the list, that Colossus. It's just going to be kind of a shit show. But in the best way. Thank you, Raul. Nice to see you again. Who's your favorite poker player of all time? Also, do you know any Indian poker players? I do. I have a very good friend who's an Indian poker player named Ankush Mandavia. Actually, I have another Indian friend named Nipun Java. If he heard me say just Ankush me, he might give me a little side eye. Let me think if I know any others. I mean, I know a lot of Indian players, but as personal friends, those two are the first that come to mind. Ankush actually coached me for like a month. I use that term very lightly because we didn't do much. Yeah, Brian, we're an attorney. We're in 3 different tournaments right now. All right, up top, we've got the Blitz. Over here, we've got the 500 WSOP circuit. Down here, we've got Super Tuesday. It's a $99 buy-in. 8 max, super deep. They're making everything super deep. I think they just want, like Dan said, to make sure they meet their guarantee. I think this might be a jam. 20 bigs. Nice to have an ace. They'll overfold a lot. Those kind of low offsuit aces. It's nice to have those low offsuit wheel aces as jams for that stack size too, because if you do get called by a bigger ace, you can at least suck out by making a straight. Oh, Liam, I love that question. Who's at your dream poker table? Jennifer Tilly, top of the list. She is such a gem of a human being. This guy opened under the gun. Just gonna fold king 10 off on the button there. Yeah, she is hilarious, very sweet, full of energy, and I don't know. I would just love to play poker with her. I don't think it's too far out of reach either to play with her because she plays a lot on these Poker Go streams every once in a while. And I know she doesn't play as low as me, but maybe one day I'll be able to buy into one of those sort of bigger cash games. Not those nosebleeds, but a 25-50 or something like that, sell some action. And those televised games are great too because they have an ante in play, so I'm way more familiar with the ranges. Darcy said, any meetup games planned for August? Not yet. Oh, nice, Sylvain. If you use Twitter, let Dara know that you bought that book. I'm sure he'll be happy. Robert said, when you and Jesse bought that house on TV, were you paid? I don't know what you mean, like paid by the production? No, I don't think so. But he's talking about man, you're really making us dig out the archives here. But when Jesse first took second in the main, the MTV show called crap, what was it called? I don't even remember what it was called. True Life. True Life. Yeah. True Life. I'm a new millionaire, or it was like something cheesy like that. And he just took second in the main. So they followed us all the way. We went to Australia that year for the Aussie Millions. They followed us out there, the camera crew. We got to know them personally. We lived in Rosarito for a month, Mexico, and we're grinding online. They came down for that and filmed some stuff. So we got to know the crew very well and just had such a good time. And one of the crew members, actually the producer, her aunt lived in Vegas and was a real estate agent. So she kind of coaxed us into, hey, if you guys want, I have a realtor and she can I checked back this flop, by the way. This is hijack versus big blind. I checked back this flop. I called 55% pot or so on the turn. Well, let's see what he does on the river. Ugh, lame. Anyway, so her realtor or her aunt became our realtor, and that's how Jesse got like the house that we ended up living in Vegas, the very first house we lived in here. I mean, this one is only our second. We just moved in here last year. Okay, so I think I need to start folding this these types of hands now on this stack size, which really sucks because they're so pretty. But I think it's around this stack size where you're not excited about opening those anymore. I mean, that might have been like the exact cutoff. Like, for example, I know if I had 15 bigs in that spot with the 7-8, I would fold 20 bigs. It's kind of questionable. So I'm like right on that middle ground where I'm not really sure. Sorry, D-Don. If I miss your message, just type it again. That's sometimes people's strategies. They just type their message a few times because 3 tables going. Always trying to make sure you guys are seeing the right table still. Getting my coordination with the streaming technology. So sorry I missed your message. Just write it again. I'll get back to you. Hello, Mina. Hi, I'm Jonathan from South Africa. Nice. Where in South Africa? We went to Johannesburg and Cape Town, and also Kruger National Park. Yeah, Scott, that is the dream. Jesus, I folded to an open. I didn't just open fold king 10 on the button. No. Under the gun open, so I folded it. All right, so we're going to have a spot to jam. This guy opened a 4x. That's crazy. Very easy decision. All in. Ace 10. Wow, that's a flop. Nice. That was pretty big. Definitely writing a note. Opens Ace 10 off to 4x in the hijack. I should also note that he did that with such short stacks behind. With 3 jam stacks behind. Yeah, global is real money. This is real money. I'm sure they have play money stuff too, but I'm not going to be streaming y'all some play money poker. This is for real American dollars. I don't play any mixed games, heavily meditated, no. We used to play once a week. Well, maybe that's exaggeration. Once every other week, sort of back in the day. A lot of us started trying to get into mixed games. We would just play a little home game at our house. It was very small. And I never could remember the rules to any games. Like every single week, they'd have to reteach me the rules. So it seems like that's your best bet for making a bracelet, though, because they have the the smallest fields. So the multiple bracelet winners often play either high rollers or they play a lot of mixed games. And I have no idea or no reference for this, but they say that the mixed game tournament fields are very soft. Hey BLK Money, good evening to you. How is the poker coming along? We just fired this up less than an hour ago, so we're just chilling right now. ZTAC, yep, this is a ring event. WSOP Circuit Ring. They're running these ring events all the time though, so I feel like it's losing a little bit of its specialness, its prestige. I don't care. I'm still going to be excited if I win a ring. I've got 1 ring so far from a live turbo event 20-minute levels in a live tournament. It was insane. It was done in like 9 hours. And this is kind of borderline, but I'm just going to raise. Bye, Mohammed. Good luck. He said, good luck on your streaming. I'm gone. Okay. See ya. Ryan Rob, welcome back. Tiny little bet on a monotone board. This guy plays really fast. Did you guys see that? Man, that's annoying. I think I will just fold. 4 to a flush. Wow, Ryan said, go Ash. Girlfriend of mine placed 12th in the $1,500 monster stack today. Wow. That's really good. How much did that pay? That must have been a sick score. Congrats to her. Let's go, ladies. Let's go crush. Oh, thank you, D-Don. He said, you and Brad are my favorite YouTubers for poker. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. A lot of great creators out there. Working hard. Kiroi said, who else is at your dream home game? Let's see. Yeah, sorry, Simon. I slapped that thumbnail together for this one. I'm assuming you're talking about the live streams. But yeah, that thumbnail is going to get changed in the future, but it's just what I have for now. Really good thumbnails take a lot of effort. They take some time, and I'm already making a lot of stuff for other videos, so it gets kind of like put on the back burner, but I got you. It's on the list. That's why you got to hit the bell, buddy. If you hit the bell on the channel, it'll just pop up whenever I'm going live. Back to the dream poker table. Who else do I want at it? I would actually love to play with JRB. I think he's really funny at, especially if he's losing. He's really funny when he's losing. I get a big kick out of him. Who else? I want some entertaining people. I want it to be a fun social table. I don't want it to be just crushers or like the best players ever. Might make for a boring game. Tens versus ace deuce. I think that was like a 20 big blind jam. Called it off. Let me see if that was true. Oh, he just like called and then, yeah, he jammed and then, wow. Craziness. Hello, Randy B. Welcome back. That Randy B in the house. All right, good luck. Love you. What are you gonna play?
PLO 1K.
Nice. Good luck. Jesse's off to go play the 1K PLO bracelet event. All right, we're gonna bet on this limped pot. Limped pot, I mean. I'm gonna bet one more time. He's gonna have a lot of overcards on the flop that he's peeling that C bet. Like check calling ace highs, check calling king highs, stuff like that. I'm gonna bet one more time. This is not a great river because he would have check called to like some backdoor spades, stuff like that. So just gonna check, takes this showdown, and hope we won. Nice. He had ace six suited. Wow, Ryan, 6 score. That's so cool. This guy's got 20 bigs. Still, I can peel, especially in the small blind. Already got some money out there. Pretty easy to play post. Easy fold. Big boy asked, do you adjust your play for larger field tourneys like the housewarming? Okay. Yep, and you saw how that worked out in the last vlog. I'm going to 3-bet this. Yeah, I was going for it. And people were not ready to fold. They did not fly all the way to Vegas to be in the 2022 World Series of Poker and fold to some girl who just triple barreled all her chips into their face. So, yeah. But no, for real, if I could give you any piece of advice from already being here and playing with these fields on the weekend events, I would just go for a thinner value. If you're on the fence about whether or not you should value bet, I would just lean towards value bet because you're going to get called. They are not folding out here. And if you're going to bluff, you really need to go for it. You really have to commit because just some sort of like half-ass bluff is not going to get the job done. People are sticky. Oh, Brian said Mr. Beast should be at the Dream Poker table. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good start. I mean, who do you guys want at your dream table? Greg said D-Negs question mark. Nah. Not hating, but nah. No D-Negs or Phil Hellmuth. Don't you guys get enough of those guys? Come on. Let's get a little creative. Who should our top picks be? We've got Jennifer Tilly and who else did I say? JRB is funny, but I guess we need somebody for JRB to interact with, so you can hold that thought. Because if JRB is just in a game with a bunch of people he doesn't know, he's not going to be as funny, so then we would just kick him out of the table. Thank you, Mike. Oh, Hunter, he said DePaulo. Yeah, that would be all right. He's invited. He's hilarious. Hey, Sean, welcome back, Sean Cat. Plato said, I don't understand how the mixed game events would be so soft. It seems as if most rec players only play no limit hold'em. You would be surprised. I mean, there's a lot of like kind of retired guys who just want to go play something where it's less intimidating. Not that they're intimidated, but it's just sort of like, oh, all these kids with their solvers playing no limit. It feels like, what's the point if you're not studying for some people? And also for them, I mean, if you've ever walked by a mixed game event, it's usually not, I mean, people play very quickly. People aren't afraid to talk. It's just a different atmosphere at a mixed game table. So I could see it attracting recreationals for sure. Yeah, I thought that was you, BLK Money. I see you in the cards chat comments. Cool, nice to see you in both spots. How have the WSOP events been treating me? Well, I played a few, then got COVID. So the tail end of that. Yesterday was my last like official day. I had some things to do today, and then tomorrow I'm back in there, back playing live. Ooh, Stranded said Greg Merson, Mike the Mouth. Oh wow. So his table is like all the old school. It's like Greg Merson, Phil Hellmuth, D-Negs, and Mike the Mouth. That would be a very loud table. Can use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Just in time. I hope I didn't scare anyone like yesterday. Or not yesterday, the day before. Somebody said the other day that when I came back, scared the crap out of them because they had pulled up another tab, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey! Just going off. Feel subdued today. I feel very relaxed. It's like 5 days of kind of just sleeping, binging some random shows, working on vlogs will do it to you. Make you kind of calm down. I feel like that's a pretty good energy to enter the World Series with. Just feeling really calm. It reminds me of like level 1 of the main event, the 10K main event. When people show up, they're way too amped. And it's day 1 of a 10-day tournament, and they're playing wild and crazy. Woo, we have kings over here in the blitz. The Sleethins? Oh man, Ryan. Okay, let's open these kings. Let's get some action. Okay. See bet small. To go even smaller. No, not an ace. That's something he could certainly check call. Gonna check back, call river. Or bet river. Snap folded. Wonder what he had. Maybe just some overs that didn't get there and we're kind of scared of the ace or something. Oh yeah, you guys have some good suggestions in the chat. Love it. Damn, Dan, you just want to battle Phil Ivey? That's at your dream table? I mean, I guess you should just go for it with the best. He also seems more chill lately, so that could be cool. He's not as cutthroat, which some people like, but if you're just trying to have like a fun game, your dream game. Oh wow, I haven't heard Vicky Corin in a long time. That name. This is an interesting spot over here. Guy open cutoff. This guy jammed for 20 something bigs on the button. We have pocket nines in the small, so I think that's plenty good enough. We're all in. Kevin Hart. Wow. You guys like really loud tables. Kevin Hart would be hilarious. All right, we got to flip. Nines versus ace queen. We are holding. Come on, we'll work hard. Yes. Huge flip. Yeah, I guess it wasn't that huge, but no. We'll take it. Always good to win flips. Thanks, Nintendo Melon Juice. Thanks, Brandon. Hello. Hope said Jason Alexander. Yeah, he would be great. They feature him a lot on the in these positions, Queen Jack offsuit, gotta be a fold. 20 bigs. Like under the gun versus hijack. It's really about the 20 big blind thing. And then there's all these people just ripping. Yeah, I mean, it's just everybody's kind of short. So you want hands that have higher cards than that, or playability suited. Thanks, James. Hope I actually blow dried my hair today, so thank you for the compliment. I have a good hair day once a week. Thank you, Jeff. Hello again and good luck tonight. All right, I will take all the good luck charms. Thank you, Hoosier. That's a great name. Hoosier Daddy. Sensi Moose. Nice. Yeah, thanks for the sub. Heavily Meditated asked me if I'm using a condenser mic. You've got a lot of faith in me knowing what a condenser mic is. I'm using this mic. Isn't she pretty? It's called a HyperX Quadcast, I think. Hope that answers your question. Hey, Shane. Thanks, man. I am going to keep up the hard work. I realized today I had an epiphany It's not really so much an epiphany, but just some one of those days where you have those realizations about sort of kind of looking back on your year a little bit. And since starting the vlog, I realized I've put a lot of time and effort into building that up. And maybe getting better at poker has had to take a back seat while that was going on. But I've got all of this stuff set up. I can just hop on the stream. Me and my sister got the vlog thing down. We've got our routine. We're getting it even a little more efficient. Now I can focus back on getting good at poker. And that is what this whole thing was all about. I just want to get good at this game. I want to crush souls out there with a smile, of course. And, it's a huge dream to just get to that, like, crusher status. I don't need to be sort of an elite high roller or something. I just want to be a consistent, like, throwing up consistent results, And it takes a lot of work on your poker game. So now that I've got this kind of foundation set where I can produce content about that process, and I've kind of figured it out a little bit. Obviously, I'm always going to be growing with that because there's so much to learn, which is why it's really fun. While that's going on, I'm really trying to get good at this game. So I'm glad you guys are here joining me along that. And for those of you who are always super nice for my subpar plays along the way, I appreciate you. Nobody can ever play perfectly 100% of the time, but especially when you have all kinds of other stuff that you're working on, sometimes studying takes a little bit of a backseat. So that's why Jesse has given me some of this homework, poker homework. Sometimes you could flat this on the button. Maybe in the cutoff, I'll just 3-bet it. This guy's got 22 bigs. 3-bet, call it off. All right, monologue over. Gonna call this. Good luck us. Ooh, we got another flip. This one's even bigger. Oh, come on, ace or queen. Ah. Gotta get good at flipping. Chapter 1. Ooh, Stranded. That is a good pick. I like that pick. John Hess from the main event a few years back. You guys remember that guy from England? He had the super colorful jacket and the fedora. That guy was a legend. 100% on board with that. He was amazing, and he lost with such a grace. If he lost the pot, he was, shaking the guy's hand. It was amazing. Love it. Yeah. Let's add John to the table. Ace queen again. Let's go. Let's do better this time. Curio, DePaulo, me. Wow. I get a seat. That's great. Kevin Hart and Garrett Adelstein. That sounds like a fun group. If you make it happen, I'll be there. Look at that. We got the keypad working again today. We had some wonky sizings the other night because I could only go up or down based on what they had. Let's do... Randy B wants Edward Norton and Matt Damon at his table. Where aren't you just classic? Yeah, that would be fun as well. Although you got to watch your money with that worm guy, right? Wasn't he a little shady? Can't remember that movie too well. I didn't watch it this summer. Maybe I should watch it before tomorrow, before I jump in, so I can pretend that it's the start of the summer. It's a tradition. Everybody watches Rounders before the World Series. Gabe Kaplan, yeah. He's a funny guy. Oh yeah, Jamie's a good one for my dream table. There's so many fun people in poker. I feel like we could put together a lot of tables. Yeah, he said Maria Ho as well. Yes, I mean, there's just so many cool people. Britney Spears. If Britney Spears got into poker, that would be amazing. We could have a Britney Spears themed ladies table where you have to dress up in a different Britney era. That would be fun. All right, we're going to peel this big. We've got 15 blinds. No. No, we do not. We've got 30 blinds. I swear I've played poker before. Check this one. This might be a check raise. We've got a lot of backdoors. Spades, a 4, a deuce, a 7. He's going to bet this a shit ton. And fold a lot as well. Dang it. Well, that's a barrel card. We go 5K. And hope to not run into it. Because we only have 6 high. Never mind. We don't have to bluff it off. I mean, it's really frustrating to have to fold when you turn an open ender, but that was funny, the jam on the turn. I wonder if he just got scared of some draws. Like if he has a king there, like he's representing. I mean, a king. If he has a 9 there, like he's representing. I don't know why he wouldn't just call again. Let me bluff it off. Maybe he just thought I had a really good hand and wanted to end the hand there. Ooh, that guy got free rolled. The pain. Yeah, heavily meditated. That is in the works, or it's definitely going to be a project by the end of the year. He asked if I could make a sort of behind the scenes video. And I wanted to get that out before the World Series, but we just had too many things going on trying to set up this stream. But a behind the scenes video about how you make a vlog, how you film at the table, all of the stuff that goes on to make something like that. We have a flush down here. So I peeled this guy's open. He's pretty aggro and good. I bet the flop. He check called flop. Now I'm going to bet turn, obviously. Turn the second nuts. And he folded. But yeah, that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen until after the World Series. I'll take you guys behind the scenes. Especially if you're sort of a production nerd or you are just if you're just curious what goes into it. I think that would be cool to see for a lot of people. Let's put it this way, when I was first watching people's vlogs, I would have liked to see what goes on all behind it. This is like a pretty light peel from me with the Queen Jack. I'm just keeping things on the lighter side tonight in terms of not just having like the best hands all the time. And I'm immediately punished by my friend Lewis in the small blind. Thank you, Jerome. That's sweet. All right, well, that just got all out of hand. Bad time to make a super light peel. I wonder what they have. Wow, he had a full. Yeah, I mean, he's good. Oh, no. I jammed free. Whoa, we spiked to 10. I had 18 big blinds, small blind versus cutoff open. Spiked to 10. That's in the blitz, the 218 blitz. All right, I'll call. Just making sure nobody was just gonna rip it in behind, which they definitely could. 25 bigs. A lot of dead money in there for that big blind. Ooh, look at that flop. What a draw. All the outs in the world. Any club, 8 or king will do it for us, most likely. Unless we get it in versus a worse flush draw. Taking this 5 ways. This is crazy. And I think we just raise, get it in. So much equity on that board. I mean, he bet a little less than half pot. Man, that was so... It's frustrating when he just calls, though. So these are weird spots. What do? Do you just jam it in on the turn? Do you just check and hope to hit one of your cards? A little awkward. I think you probably just check because... Man, maybe that was... I mean, I could bluff the jack, I guess, and get him to fold like ace high. No, he would have just jammed ace high flush draws. Tell me what you guys think of this hand, what I should have done on the turn. I just raised the flop, and then the 4 was the turn. Now that he just checks to me, I mean, obviously I fold now. I want to have it up for you guys to see, but was I supposed to jam that turn, do you think? Because like once he bets half pot into 4 other opponents, it was a 5-way multi-way pot. Once he just calls the raise, I think he probably at least has a queen. I think a better flush draw would have just ripped it in, right? Like ace high flush draw would have just been like, all right, I want to see 5 cards with this hand. Could have just called maybe. But I'm not sure if I'm getting an ace high flush draw to fold on the turn if he happened to not jam on the flop and just call. So, interesting spot. Whiffed all of the outs, though. We're all in the circuit. I jammed about 13 bigs. 12.5. King 9 suited. And down here, we peeled the big blind. This is the flop. This is a good flop for me to study these kind of lowish cards with the flush draw. Just to look at later on GTO Wizard and study those flops. I'm supposed to be raising a hand like, you know, pocket five, or like what type of hand I'm supposed to be raising. Man, that is a giant bet. The problem with this hand is that, yeah, I have an open-ended straight draw, but if it's a spade or a diamond, it could just be beat. And when people bet this huge on global, they usually have good hands. So I'm not even sure if my and if I hit a deuce or a 7, will he bet again? It's for a third of my stack. Feels like I should have raised flop in that one. Playing excellent tonight. Just stellar. Stellar work by me. Check raises from the big blind. It's just like something I really have to practice. I mean, I have been practicing, but you can't possibly like memorize spots. So just figuring out what type of board textures are good for which, kind of organizing in your brain which hands go into which category of stuff. Like, I thought that was a good medium-ish strength hand, the pocket fives. I didn't know if it was necessarily good to raise, but could just be a case that the way the hand played out, I wish I would have raised. Hero said, Dream Poker Table with exclusively non-poker players, your first fed. Dream Poker Table with exclusively non-poker players, your first person is going to be Paul Rudd. That's a good pick. I like that. Non-poker players. Dead, alive, or even fictional? Oh my god. How about the genie from Aladdin so I could just ask for wishes the entire time? Genie, one time. One time every time. Oh. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys said about that 10-9 clubs hand. For those of you saying that I should have jammed the 10-9 of clubs hand, what's your reasoning? Would love to hear it. Gofa said he would have squeezed pre with 10-9 suited on the button there. Fair enough. NYC does not like the raise on the flop. Interesting. I raised because we had those other two guys behind. And I only had 25 big, so I was kind of looking to just get it in. Darcy said, like my play, you're right to check on the turn, folds, river. Yeah, I mean, obviously can't call with 10 high. So I'm fine with the river play, but I just didn't know what to do on the flopper turn. I didn't know if raise small was good or if I should just be jamming that type of hand. 25 bigs. NYC says they wouldn't bluff into 4 opponents OOP. Yeah, I feel like that is pretty true. How many times have you guys been at a live table when 5 people are in the flop and it just gets checked all the way to the river? People don't always pull the trigger in multi-way pots like you think. And if they do, good for them. Or, you know, they probably just have it, but that's why it's nice to not just always bet in multi-way pots with, let's say, like a medium-ish top pair on the turn after it's checked around, because when you double check, there's always going to be maybe one guy who tosses in a bet because they're just trying to steal the pot. You can usually read into people's sizings too on those multi-way pots. It's like the least studied thing ever is multi-way pots. Not a lot of software out there for that. It's kind of tedious work as well, so. We're still hanging around up here in this circuit event, if you guys were wondering. Still kicking. Waiting for that dreams double up spot. We lost the ace queen flip. And then we've just been chilling. Ooh, Stranded. Who's the female at the final table of the monster stack? Yeah, that's great. Great to hear. So this is what, 11, 12 and a half bigs. Let's go. Jam it in. All right, everybody folded. Down here, we're in this blind versus blind pot, limp pre, betting our gutter. And maybe one more time. Just a fold out, sort of like queen highs, jack highs. They're gonna, maybe they won't fold queen high. I'm not sure if this is even good. People keep raising us on the turn while we're just trying to bluff off our chips to them. I'll take it. Hey, Defunct, welcome back. Yeah, I did. I got it last Tuesday. So, gonna go back to play tomorrow. I'm excited too. Tomorrow is the 2200 2 something million guarantee mystery bounty at the Win. So if you guys are in Vegas and you're playing that event tomorrow, come say hi. Pocket tens, pretty nice. Off of 30 big blinds on a very active table. Rich but not wealthy said. That reminds me of, there was this one kid who asked us when he sat down at the table. I guess it's a question he always asks when he sits down. He said, how many eyeballs are in a deck of cards? This is the perfect spot. We're going to 4-bet jam our 30 bigs. We know this player. He's capable of having some 3-bet folds, but in this case, he has ace king. Nice. We won the flip. Let's go. That's in the $99 Super Tuesday. 20K guaranteed. 20K guaranteed. Yeah, I think so too, Robert. I'm just not sure. Those are the types of things I'm gonna throw over to Jesse and see what he says. 3-betting the ace king. Let's go. We're deep with this player. 60 big blinds. Mohammed said, if there's a seat left, why not give it to John Malkovich? Oreos all around. Okay, BLK, I hear you. I guess my thought was just I don't know what I'm making them fold once they call that raise on the flop. 10-9-8. Pretty abysmal flop for the ace-king offsuit in a 3-bet pot. They're going to have like a lot of overs plus broadways or pairs already. Might get sticky, just call one. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of draws, so just in case you don't have a pair yet, I'm beating all those non-pair hands. Well, let's see. Chop it up. The ace king. Interesting lead on there by that player on the turn. And non 4-bet pre. It's not always mandatory to 4-bet that hand, but nice to note the players who aren't 4-betting ace king pre with that stacked up. Thanks, Randy. Said good luck tomorrow live. Go get a bracelet. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to get a lot of chips so that I can make day 2 of a bounty, cover some people, and finally get to have the sweat of the mystery bounty. I think this one they said was like, I don't know, something like um 250K or so. In the circuit event, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have 11 bigs. Guy opens under the gun. Gonna go all in. Pocket nines. Okay, we got it in versus pocket fives. One more card. Nice. That was very necessary. Now we're not on fumes. Steven said, will you be playing the Millionaire Maker? Absolutely. I'll be there. That's this weekend, right? Yeah, I think so. That's the next big one coming up. All right, down here we overcalled from the big blind. Flop middle pair and a backdoor flush draw. One overcard. Ooh, that's a turn. I think I might check raise this turn. Woohoo! Things are working out nicely. Let's go 7,700. And he snap folds. Well, at least we got an extra bet out of him. Thanks, Frankie, baby. All right, up here in the circuit, this is going on. I open up jacks under the gun. Under the gun one calls, big blind, or excuse me, button squeezes. I'm going to be all in with my 25 bigs. No! Against pocket aces. 9! No! All right, well, we still have other tournaments that we're in. Oh, that was a 3-bet. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my tables now that one went away. Ah! Whew. Eric Liu said, please explain your username. Well, this one is let's just get there. Pretty self-explanatory for poker purposes. Just want to make the best hand. Let's just get there. It's just the first thing that came up in my mind when I had to make a screen name. And on WSOP, Saki Von Fang is my little puppy's name. She's not a puppy. She's 8.5, but one of the doggies' names. Armando, I had to leave. How's the tournament going? It's going well. Just busted. No. Doing well, I guess, in the 99 Super Tuesday, which is the one that is up right now. We just want to flip 10s versus Ace King. I've gotten a jam or two through up here to survive a couple of rounds, but we're short. So in the Blitz, we're jamming, and in this Super Tuesday, we're pretty healthy with 60 bigs. So yeah, that is the update right now. Ooh, hope you guys can still see that. I don't know what just happened with that table. It just kind of like popped out of the screen. Sorry about that if the table looked weird for a sec. All right, we found an all-in spot with our King 8 suited. 11-ish big blinds. We get a call. Up against pocket 7s. Nice. Down here, we 3-bet Ace King. That's a really good flop. That is one heck of a flop. Snap folds, even though I bet small. Darn. Up here, we have Ace Queen suited. We just doubled, right, with that King 8. So now we have 20-ish something big. So interesting. 2 overs, backdoor flush draw. We have a gutter on 20-something bigs. This one is interesting. I don't really want to check call this hand, so just go for it. Wow, interesting turn. He can have a jack. He could have a 10, then he'll just try to bet. I think I will check this turn. I'm going to be checking this turn a lot, and I think I want to do it with this hand as well. We have so much equity in this hand. Wow. It is a club, but it's a 10 of clubs. Weird. Okay, let's think about this for a second, just because could easily have a 10 and checked it back. Went for this sort of like blockerish bet to get called by worse. He has a worse flush or something. But pocket nines. No, pocket nines is counterfeited. What am I talking about? Maybe that bet was absolute dust, but the blocker bets are kind of confusing, and that would be a really good board to look at later. Heavy, like draw heavy boards with like the top pair card pairing on the turn. The top card pairing on the turn. That would be a good one to look at. Because I feel like when he calls, he has more jacks than I do because I'm going to be betting a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff, but I'll have a lot more. Like he has to have a stronger hand to call than I have to bet. So Paul McLean asks, will you be playing the main event? Yes. Eric, I've already added some run good. Just arrived. Good luck. Thank you. Julia asked, how long have you been playing? I started really taking tournaments seriously about 3 or 4 years ago. But I started learning poker probably 10, 11 years ago now. Just learning the rules of the game, from square one, starting from scratch. What even is poker? What hand beats what? About 10 or 11 years ago. And then I've really ramped up just like studying and taking it a little more seriously, trying to put more volume in the last 3 to 4 years. And now I'm just putting myself out there, just trying to get good. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I'm going to make a go at it. Robert said, who inspired you to start vlogging? Mr. Andrew Nemi himself. I just love his creativity and his style of vlogging. And I think he is just he always is the first one to push the envelope. Like he's always taking it to the next level. Yay, Anixia has arrived. Big AZ Craps Guru said, you ever play Craps? Best game. No, I've never played Craps. I mean, maybe once where we were all just like, quick drive-by Craps roll. But I don't know all the rules. I feel intimidated by Craps tables. So why? Where's the best place to play? I don't remember. No. Yeah, so we have this $99 Super Tuesday. We have the 218 Blitz up there that we're up to 30 big blinds, so that's pretty cool. Ace King versus pocket nines, and he makes quads. Let's see, off of 30 bigs, calling this, probably not great. Hijack versus low jack. You want to be a little deeper. Oops, I forgot to close out World Series. I got a bunch of pop-ups. This guy's all in. What's happening down here? Nothing much. Yeah, we have 50 bigs down there. So I know that was the worst club to come on that ace queen of clubs hand. Very interesting river. I have no idea what I was supposed to do. Big AZ, what's your note you have on Joshin? Let's see. Hope it's not bad. Min raises kings on 10 big blinds. Oh, it's always good to know people who do that. When they min raise the super nuts when they have a short stack rather than just jamming. What else? Leads minimum with 8-6 on 6-3 deuce, 3 ways big blind versus EP, MP. So he donk leads with like a bad-ish top pair in a multi-way pot against early position players. So I just take specific notes like that rather than just being like bad player, good player, because that doesn't really help you in the middle of a hand. But if you can narrow it down to specific spots, they start to add up over time. Anyone know how long it takes after your first live MTT cache to get added to Hendon Mob? I think it's just a couple of days. It has to be you have to know for sure the tournament is being tracked on Hendon Mob. Sometimes there's events that aren't. Glenn said he hasn't taken tournament poker seriously yet. He's still just grinding cash games 1, 2, and 1, 3, and 2, 5. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, tournaments aren't for everybody, that's for sure. It's one of those things where you have to kind of zoom out and look at the larger picture for a really long time. So definitely good to have some money saved up on the side. Make sure you have a lot of months of bills together, or at least you have some other income coming in to help keep you afloat in the bad variance times. And then, you know, full disclosure for things like the World Series, I sell action. So I have, you know, I sell to a few people and I have, so I think this year I sold about 30% of a package. Down here we have Ace King suited and going to be raising it up. Could have even gone bigger, something like 7,200 full 4x. But pocket eights now in the small, 50 bigs. Pretty deep over here at this table. This guy's got 40 bigs. I think eights is probably on the fence of either 3-bet or just flat from the small. Could go either way. And 3 ways. Tiny bet. And just call one. Gonna bet this a lot. Ooh, up here I have ace king. It went raise, call, and I have just over 20 something bigs in the cutoff, so we're all in up there. They all folded. We've gotten to the river in this hand, and he just had 7 high. Didn't bluff the river. Nice. Do I play blackjack? Everybody wants to know about pit games tonight. Got some gamblers in the chat. I don't play blackjack either. I just don't play the pit games. Like if it in my head, if I'm gonna be just losing, there's not a lot of because I don't know the rules of blackjack. I don't know how to card count or anything like that. So if I don't have an edge in the game at all, or can't even develop a skill to have an edge, I just kind of stay away from it. Not really interesting to me. I'd rather like learn how to play the game. JX Tone Seta says, get 'em. Good stuff. Thanks. We're going to try. Got pocket kings up here. Getting some premiums back to back. Let's do it. $30 bigs. 30 big blinds. Let's see what happens with this guy in the big. The shark. Oh, he also calls. 643 rainbow. I think is going to whiff the cutoff a decent amount. Not necessarily the big blind, but we're only 15 bigs effective on this flop with the big blind, so we don't really mind just getting it in with him. Man, this is starting to get not great. But I mean, I don't really know how many fives he has. Could have been slow playing a set on the flop and, you know, maybe just floating. So I'd rather check versus both of those holdings. I can check call versus the floats, and I don't get super coolered by the sets. That didn't raise. Mario Tarasso did a $1 super chat. Hello. And then commented, buy a Snickers. Man, this is so annoying. But, doesn't really have many fours. And he doesn't really have many fives unless he has exactly pocket fives. So I think I'm just going to go for it. He had 8-9 of spades. Look at that. Yeah, so he floated flop, like I said, and then he turned some equity, bet that turn, overbet ripped river. Whoop whoop. Nice. So now we have heaps in the blitz. Let's go check out the lobby. We are on break. I'll show you the break clock from the other table. We are on break right now. It looks like they got 79 players. That's kind of typical, I think. During the week, in non-WSOP times, the blitz usually gets about 60 to 80 players. But that's usually at a 1 hour late reg period. They extended it an hour, but like Dan said earlier, I think he thinks it's because they're trying to cover the possibility of having to pay out an overlay. First in this one is going to get $4,345 and only 12 pay. So if you look under the pot size here, 91K, it says POS 18/32. That means we are 18 out of 32 players, but that's going to get updated once we come back from break because just winning that massive pot, I'm looking in the lobby now and we are 4 out of 32. So doing pretty well. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying hanging out, feel free to hit the like button. It is a free way to show your support for all these people that are trying to bring poker to you in a bunch of different ways. So if you're enjoying it, if you want me to come home and stream more streams anytime I bust a World Series, I would really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. M. Cole, let's go. Ashley says, woo! Thanks. Yes, thanks, guys. Got 1 minute left. I'm going to run downstairs, fill up my water, and be right back. All right, I brought a dog with me. Hey, buddy. Want to come say hi to everyone? He does not like being picked up. No? You don't want to say hi? Here, come on this side and we'll show him. There. Everybody say hi to Harv. Oh, we got Saki coming in too. Saki, come on this side. There she is. Tim said he bet 555 letting me know I had the 5 or letting me know he had the 5. I see. Yeah, nice to win a huge one right before break in the blitz. He said in the chat, nice call. Glenn, your local casino hasn't offered any tournaments since reopening April 1st. I see. So they haven't come fully back yet. Yeah, with the king's hand, you guys are saying nice call. I think that it's just really hard for him to have 5s. Like, if he had pocket 5s, good for him. If he had ace 5, also great, but I can't just especially now the board pairs on the river. I beat any sort of 7-6, or he was overvaluing something like pocket 9s. This guy is not a folder, so I want to try to put some money in, or at least from what I can remember. Dang it. And just when I say that, oh, well, I'm also playing with him on this table. Robert said, "Did you ever forget that you were on stream?" Not yet. I just haven't been streaming long enough for it to be that comfortable for me to just forget that I'm here in front of you guys. So I've heard some horror stories, people in the past. Any offsuit, I think this guy just gives people credit with the blind versus blind play. I mean, at least he did with the queens. Yeah, I mean, he just snaffled. I mean, he could have just nothing, but especially on sites like Global or in general, it's a spot that people don't study a lot is blind versus blind. So when they get raised into, they probably fold more than they should. Ace 10 off, 30 big blinds. I will peel. On this flop, I open button. There's a dead small. I'm going to bet. This is right on the line, actually, between betting and checking. I think I will bet one big blind. That's what Jesse tells me to do. One big blind on the paired boards versus button versus big blind. Well, we get punished. Very frustrating. That's a big raise. This guy leads half pot 3 ways in that ace 10 hand. He opened low jack. I peeled button. Big blind called. Oh boy. Do we just call another one? A lot of draws he could have. Definitely diamonds, clubs that he picked up, king jacks, ace kings, ace jacks, stuff like that. To go for value here, he's got to have like ace queen plus. I don't know if people find the bet jam with king queen that often. It's only half pot. I don't have a club or a diamond in my hand, which makes it more likely as a flush, like, you know, more likely that he has those cards. I might just have to see it. Aces! I don't normally make those call downs either. I don't know what's come over me. But I don't know. I just thought that it was a fine hand to do it with. Up here we have pocket jacks. But like I said, when you triple barrel bluff on that board, like some people don't even have king queen when they do that for value. So we're getting 3-bet again. 54 big blinds. Bet 9K. Just gonna 4-bet and get it in with him. He's a little crazy. He might give 4-bets really a lot of credit, but he could have like ace king or something like that, or looks scary, but I can't 4-bet full jacks, I don't think so. Ace king. Let's hold, baby. No! 6. Ah, that was a big flip. 150K in that pot. Man, that was the biggest flip of the night. That was in the Blitz, and currently, if I was playing by myself, by the way, I wouldn't be looking at these stats, but just for your sake, this guy now has the chip lead by a decent bit. So if I had won that pot, obviously I would be chip leader of the Blitz. So sometimes those flips are pretty key. That guy's gonna have to win a lot more flips than that too to win the whole thing. I'm not trying to say that that's like a make or break moment, but would have been nice. BLK Money, when Jesse made the November 9, what was the buildup like for the 3 months before the final table? And what was the preparation and witnessing it as it was happening? Man, it was a fun slash stressful 3 months for sure. I loved that buildup time too because he got to travel around. He got to meet a lot of people in poker that were really excited. You know, he's in the November 9. And he got to hire a coach in the meantime, which was Vanessa Selps. We got to know her, and when we got back in town for Vegas for the November 9 itself, a few days before, in Vegas, we were doing sort of a live, I think he played maybe 3 live sort of simulations. So they gave everybody at the table the chip stacks of the people that were actually at the final table. And he got a bunch of his poker player friends to come and just sort of play the style that they thought that person would play with Vanessa's sort of guidance. A lot of study, a lot of watching back some of the coverage as well. That's the one time you really want to do your homework on your opponents. So I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Do you like the 3-month break where people can get a coach? They can kind of get all that fanfare hype. They can get their whole family, friends, everybody out there to have a huge rail, all that stuff. Or do you like it the way they've changed it, where it's just kind of pure all days are in a row and you're playing the final table with whatever knowledge you came into the tournament with? I can see arguments for both sides, but personally, it was really fun to be a part of the whole world traveling moment that happened the 3 months in between. He didn't sleep a lot when we got back to Vegas. It was a 3-day. They played down from 9 to 4. No, was it a 3-day event? Maybe it was only 2 days. I can't remember. It all was blurred together, but he didn't sleep in between. And then when it was all over, we went to like an after party, a celebratory after party at this rental house somebody rented out in Vegas to celebrate, and it also coincided with Halloween that year. We took a tour of the house, and then no joke, just passed out in one of the rooms. We were both so tired, nerves were shot. I'm sure his adrenaline just crashed. And, you know, when he's not sleeping all night next to me and he's like tossing and turning, like I wasn't getting any sleep either. And so we both just crashed at this party that was to celebrate his second place. Don't worry, there were lots of parties after that, but just good times. Thanks, Poker Golf. What is my opinion of Poker Bunny? I don't really have an opinion about Poker Bunny. I don't know her at all. I think people can get sensationalized on social media and then it just snowballs. So I'd rather just not even comment until I'd meet her. Ooh, thank you. You really did miss the tournament.
You do.
Classic.
What's up, fellas?
Jesse said he was going to go play the 1K PLO and then missed it. He missed late reg. I don't know if you guys were here the first time I said this, but he's like the worst pro ever. If I didn't have a schedule already put together, he would never know when things were happening. His typical figuring out of when tournaments are happening is looking at me and being like, "What's today? What's happening at the World Series?" I'm like, "Babe, you are really good at poker, but you're a terrible professional." Robert said, "You're not a poker person, but what are blind counts?" I'm gonna guess that you're asking. Correct me if I'm wrong later in the chat, but I'm gonna guess that you're asking when I'm saying like how many big blinds people have. What does that mean? Well, we're short enough to get it in. Look, I only have 10,900 chips, and the big blind is 2,000. So I have about 5.5 big blinds. So that's what I mean when I say that. Oh man, Jack. Darn it. All right, well, we're still in this one. Also very short after the ace 10 call down. Made some speculative calls tonight. Yeah, I mean, the kings I didn't think was speculative. I think that was pretty okay. And then the ace 10, that was the closest one, I think, where I was just like not happy with it. I mean, not happy, just on the fence. It could go either way. And I think it was a good bluff catcher candidate. I'm trying to be okay with being wrong. Because the best players will make mistakes and, learn from them. But if you don't actually take a risk or have those moments where you're getting caught bluffing or when you're trying to bluff catch and you're wrong, I think you're probably kind of too far one way to one extreme. And then all of your opponents can start exploiting that. So if you always fold because you just assume everybody has it, people can start bluffing you like crazy. If you never fold, people are only going to value bet against you. They're always going to have it. And you're going to be like, oh, these players only play the nuts. It's like, yeah, against you, they definitely do. So some happy medium. It's like all of these times where I'm playing online, playing live, you're just gathering that info. It's like you're recalibrating, trying to find that sweet spot where you hone in on that fine middle ground where you're right a little more often than your opponents are right. Makes you come out on top in the end. I shoved all in for my little micro stack under the gun, king, queen offsuit. Wow, we got it through. We're going to need a lot more of those to happen if we're going to crawl our way out of this situation. Stranded said it needs to go. He's talking about the main event final table. He'd prefer it to go straight through instead of the 3-month wait. Yeah, I mean, especially now that there's not a lot of sponsorships for main event final tablists. I think Jesse hit that perfect cutoff year where they were still paying people to wear patches, a decent sum, and they were still flying. They even flew me around with him. They were covering stuff, and paying for it. So it was a lot of money to make it to the November 9. That was such an exciting year. Like 2 females were so close. That was the closest we've ever gotten to having a female at the final table. I mean, obviously besides, I think it was 1995 or whatever when Barbara Enright did, but in the post Moneymaker era, that was the closest they've gotten. They got 9th and 10th. Or 10th and 11th, excuse me, 10th and 11th. So close. We're all in again. We've got some suited connectors. Fingers crossed we can hit something. Ooh, that's a flop. Yes, all right. Okay, we're back in this thing. Come on, let's spin. Let's give the people what they want. Let's run deep. Let's have some fun moments. Jesse was kind enough to bring me a little smoothie that he just made. This is going to be a fold. Robert W. agrees. He says, play straight through. A 3-month wait would be so much stress, and it would be like sitting down with 8 new players since everyone will have spent the last 3 months studying and changing their game. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to gauge whether like all the studying you just did on those players for 3 months is going to be relevant, because now it seems like they're just 3 or 8 new players. They've gotten coaching. They've studied your game. They might be playing completely differently, so you just never know. I remember the second time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was Mark Newhouse made the final table. The second time in a row that he made the final table. I think it was a 3-month break for him too, for both of them. And the second time he just didn't study. He didn't get a coach. He didn't play poker. He just like barely thought about poker at all, and he just shows up to the final table. Like, well, that's one approach for sure. I mean, he's probably the most relaxed out of everyone. Personally, I would be in the weeds with poker. I mean, I would be studying ICM like crazy. I would be playing, I would try to play a lot of sit and goes. I would hire a coach that I would hire a coach that was not trying to implement their own style onto me, but could see my style for what it is and just try to tweak things to make it a little bit better. Kind of meeting me where I'm at, because I think some people hire coaches that don't mesh well with their current game. And it's almost like they've thrown their whole game out the window and tried to replace it with all these new skills. And that's a really high pressure situation to just have your whole game scrapped and start anew, I think. At the end of the day, when King 9 versus Ace Queen. Whew, got there on the river. Re-sucked out. At the end of the day, when the stakes are really that high and your emotions, your adrenaline, everything is pumping, feel like you kind of you resort back to what you've practiced over and over again for many years, or you've learned and you've really built up that skill set. So chucking it all out the window and trying to learn something new with a new coach, I don't know. I think might not be doing you the best service. A7 offsuit, something could go down here. All right, well, I think we're going to jam over these two. Good luck, us. It's like 13 and a half bigs or so. 13, 14. Wow, he's pocket fours. Oh, come on, let's spike something. Yes. All right. Oh, I had to do a double take and see if there were 4 clubs. That's so embarrassing when you think that you won and you're out. I've done that live before. Sat back down, counted out my chips. Oh, you owe me 32, and the dealer's just like, sorry, honey, you're out. Shit, you're right. Zach McLean, coming to Vegas in a couple of weeks. We should hang. Nice. Are you playing poker, or are you just coming to Vegas? BLK Money wants a compromise. She's like, if you bring it back, the 3-month wait, instead of making it 3 months for the November 9, just change it to sometime in August. Okay? It's kind of cool. You have at least a lot more time to promote. Gives families more time to book tickets out and book a trip. That is the one drawback, because it was really nice for him to have all of his hometown friends, all of his family. Poker players came back, right? Because by day 10, this was also back in 2012. So by day 10 or something like that of the main event, everybody was already out out of the city, because it's really hot by then. And they've just busted the main. They're so miserable. They want to leave town. So a lot of your friends are already gone. Gives them a chance to get their spirits back up and make it out to Ruyuan. All of a sudden, we have 30 bigs again in this tournament. That was a nice little spin up. Ace 7 versus 4s and something else, but I already forgot. Nice to hear, Tony. He said, being new to tourneys, I find that your vlogs and this type of live streaming really complements my study and practice. Keep producing. Thanks. Thank you. Love those type of compliments, because that keeps, fuel in the tank to just keep going. Tournaments are a long grind as it is. So to wake up the next day and prepare for a tournament is usually enough on your plate. To also make videos and edit and all that stuff in your quote unquote downtime, it can be a drag until you hear comments like that where people are enjoying it. And so you get up and you do it, because at the end of the day, you love it. King 9 suited, that's going to be an open in the low jack. Let's go. Looks like 104 people are left. Let me see if late reg even closed before I start talking about all that. It must have by now, right? Started 2 hours ago. 240 people entered, 104 left. Jack 7-3, 2 clubs and a heart. Meager looking flop. Pretty abysmal. This guy's got a lot of chips. I mean, not many opportunities for me to double barrel on the turn, so I'm going to shut her down. We're out of there. All right, let me take a look at these payouts real quick. First, in this one is 4,446. Wow, it's even bigger than the Blitz. Nice. 40 people pay. We're not too far away from the money. Min cash is only 130 bucks. But first prize, 4,400. That would be real nice. Hey, Christopher Green. Yeah, the live stream is nice for being able to actually interact with you guys. Have a little bit of a back and forth. Rather than just me like, put out a video, you comment. That's the end of it. Nice to have some follow-up conversation. Loving it. Yes, we're gonna keep spinning it up. Echo Grand said, love the upload today. Thank you. Hoping you cash a big one during the WSOP. Me too. Let's go. I want to run deep in an event. I want to take you guys for every step of the way. That's the dream. Super deep in a World Series of Poker bracelet event on camera, on the vlog. Have a bunch of people on the rail who I get to kind of include in the videos. Ah, would be amazing. SB said, "Evening, Ashley. Come on, folks. Let's click the like button. Thank you, SB. Way to hype up the chat." I must say, I've been feeling pretty mellow tonight. It's been nice. Sometimes we've got like a lot more energy, bouncing around, doing the thing. Today we're keeping it calm, talking about some hands, drinking a smoothie. Got some dogs sleeping back there. Check them out. We're so chill, we put the dogs to sleep. I like how you wrote that out, Richard. Ornery. Ishgali said, it's a complicated story, but once I thought I was out, and the dealer thought that as well. But it turned out I had a royal flush. What? I think we're going to need a little more info. How do you miss the fact that you have a royal flush? Silver Truther said, "Do you consider yourself more of a tournament player or a cash game player?" Tournament player for sure. I started out learning sit and goes way back when, and then took a detour and just played primarily live cash for a really long time, just like on and off. Didn't really like it though. When I was first learning, I loved it obviously because there's just so much to learn. But I'm gonna kind of put in a light open here. Yeah, there's so much to learn at the beginning. So I think any format is exciting when you're a beginner. But I started to realize, like, especially, well, we immediately get punished. All right, well, so much for that light open. I started to notice that this is a Vegas thing. Like sometimes the cash game regulars, they can get kind of miserable. I was going there every day and I was like, wait, this is supposed to be fun, right, guys? Anybody? Crickets. People got their iPad, they're just watching movies, headphones. If you have a smile and you say, hey, what's up? Nobody responds to you. It's just wasn't really my scene. So I was like, when I play tournaments, I have a lot of fun. But I didn't think that you could consistently win as a tournament player. And I thought that it was just going to like eat your mental game alive if you just only played tournaments. And spoiler alert, it does. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. You get through that. You do have to work on your mental game a lot more with tournaments, but I believe that once you realize it's something you should add to your quote unquote studies, your training, getting your mental game correct so you can handle tilt, so you can handle bad beats, so you can handle days with low confidence, low motivation, all that stuff really helps you get through the downsides of tournaments. And to me, there's so many more upsides. It's just an more exciting format, in my opinion. Oh, that's very nice, Bob. He said, keep it up. Oh, Reno Bob. Wait, have we played together? I've been to the Run It Up Reno events a few times. Oh, I miss Run It Up Reno. Anybody in the chat been to a Run It Up Reno event? They were pre-2020, run by Jason Somerville and all of his friends there at Run It Up. So fun. Great atmosphere, just the perfect atmosphere of everyone being friendly, low stakes buy-in. So if you wanted to try out a game, for example, they had low stakes mixed games. I was firing all kinds of games I never knew how to play. We literally got out our phones and started Googling the rules for, what was I playing? Short Deck one time. And I was just like, if you guys know Patrick Tardif, he's Egyptian or something on Twitch, streams a lot. He is hilarious. I love having him at the table, but he was helping me learn how to play. Like he was just teaching me. So I just ended up calling him coach the rest of the trip. We got a short deck coach on the fly. $125 tournament, but it was just a friendly atmosphere. Everybody there went for the purpose of having a good time, and that makes a huge difference in the atmosphere of the events. It was really cool. Oh, thanks, Leo. Said, hope you realize your dream. I'll be watching. I want it bad, you guys. I think a lot of times some people say don't kind of put it out there that they really want to get good at something. Because if they don't, they'll feel bad. But I'll be happy that I tried at least. But yeah, I feel like there's like I've reached sort of like this point where right after the World Series, it's going to be study mode. Get in the lab and grind it out. Start to study, start to talk about these spots, get really good, put in a lot more volume. You guys will be seeing me online playing these playing these online events on live streams a lot post World Series. I can already feel it. It's just the best way to get better faster. One cool thing that I'm looking forward to, I know it's World Series. We're all looking forward to World Series events. But looking far ahead, I don't know if you guys saw that announcement from the WPT, but they're partnering with the Win. So it's like for this big 10K, $15 million buy-in event. I was like, that might be, I'm going to have to fold this, but if it was just a cutoff raise, I would have jammed this from the big blind, I think. They have a 10K, $15 million guarantee at the Win, my favorite property. And I don't know, I'm already like that's a kind of dream tournament for me to try to satellite into or to feel like I have the skills enough to enter that in December. So there's always these little goals that I set for myself throughout the year. I'm going to limp jam this. Less than 20 big blinds effective. You don't want to always just limp, or you don't always want to just raise your best hands. Small blind versus big blind. So sometimes I'll mix it in there, especially short stacked where I'm not really worried about anything. We got snap called on the flop. Go big-ish on the turn. Let's see what we're after in terms of value. I mean, it's possible he has a 7, but could have other pairs. Maybe missed flush draws. That might bluff. Will he pull the trigger with a bluff or no? I think I want a bluff catch because, I mean, 7 beats us. That's obviously going to bet. But maybe flush draw will also bet, but they will fold to my bet. They won't call. I always feel nervous relying on someone else to put on their big boy pants and bluff. But, man, this feels like a 7. But just have too good of a hand. Can't fold it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. So they're supposed to do that when they do have missed flush draws, stuff like that. But That's where you have to feel out the player pool and think, are they really pulling the trigger on bluffs enough? On this site, maybe not. That's a lot of threes. Come on, give me a spade. Yes. Can we spin it one more time? Oh man, we might be tempting fate here. All right, this is a perfect hand. I maybe could have exploitably folded that river, but I think Jacks is just way too good. If he ever does that with clubs that had a 9 in it, for example, and went for value on the river with the jam, I would just feel so bad having folded the best hand to a hand that was value betting worse. You just have to make a read on whether or not jamming it all in is ever a 9. I think it is enough. And if you're ever beating something they could have for value, and obviously you're beating all the bluffs, can't feel too bad about calling it off. Not starting out great. We could have tripled up. Oh my god, pocket aces, pocket ace queen. All right, GG. Dang. Quick exit. What a bummer. Those were some cruel, cruel little runouts. Switch to the Shiba cam while I talk to you guys for a bit. All right, that's all she wrote for the stream tonight, but thank you guys so much for hanging out, especially the mods. You guys are really cool. I really appreciate you. Greg, Chad was in there earlier. Drake, whenever he's around. I don't think he's there tonight, but I really appreciate you guys. So thank you for being here. And everybody in the chat, this has been such a pleasant conversation. A lot of things that we covered. If you're going to be in any tournaments this weekend or throughout the week starting tomorrow, I'll be around. So please come say hi. Don't be shy about grabbing a selfie. The only time I ask, don't tap me on the shoulders if I'm in the middle of a hand. That's it. Even then, it's not even a big deal. Oh man, brutal. Couple of quick hands just to turn it around. We lost that huge flip, jacks to ace king in the blitz, and couldn't find our way out of that hole we dug ourselves with the ace 10 call off. Yeah, so last live stream for a while unless I bust something early. So hit the bell if you want to see those streams. If you want to catch them whenever they come up. I don't have a schedule, so it'll just be impromptu. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all your support and all the positive words. It really means a lot. So yeah, till next time, you guys. Bye.